Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Celestia and Anon. She should have become a queen instead of a princess. Written by SSJ2 Pinkie Pie, aka Willight Robinbine. Chapter 1. Read the story title for the chapter title. You just stared at the pony who had said that. At least you were fairly certain she was a pony. She was huge and built quite differently, looking much more equine than the ponies you were used to. Her features, from her muzzle to her horn and wings, were far larger and more pronounced, and she had a massive rainbow mane that seemed to drift as it were underwater. You figure by pony standards she would be quite beautiful if she wasn't such a complete wreck. She was reeving on the clearly undersized stool, her wings half erect and wobbly, and her mane draping lifelessly over her shoulder. There were big bags under her droopy eyes, suggesting she had sat here sipping from what appeared to be a bottle of whiskey, clenched between her hooves for quite some time. You weren't sure what to say, so you just laughed a sympathetic smile. "But no," she said, slurring heavily and struggling to stay awake. "They said girls think queens are mean and old and ugly, so they had said I had to be a princess." She sighed heavily. "They think I'm old and mean and pink. They think I'm pink, and they said horrible things about me." She slurred and dropped a mumble you couldn't quite hear. She was clearly having one hell of a bad day. But if they made you a princess because queens are old and mean and ugly, that must mean you're nice and young and beautiful, right? She stared with her mouth agape. After they didn't even think it at first. A faint, droopy smile spread across her face. "You're sweet. Come here." Her horn lit up in a warm yellow, and you and your stool were pulled towards her. You tried to fight it, but it was like struggling against a strong current that thrust you roughly into her side. No, she mumbled. "I'm giving you a wing hug." "Don't fight it, let it happen." She draped her huge wing around you and pressed you against her warm body, and you got a strong whiff of alcohol on her breath as she leaned in and nuzzled your cheek. There, you said, unsure what to say as you fought your arm free of her surprisingly strong wing and stroked your shoulder. "See," she slurred, "I'm a nice father. I'm nice and soft and warm. You don't think I'm a tyrant, do you? Or a troll? Or a pervert? I didn't want to send my sister through because I had to stop her from the world. And I didn't want to leave there for 1,000 years. But there was nothing I could do. You'll be right. They say I'm a big, cute, pretty princess who's doing a good job. I need that. I'm trying so hard." Yikes, you thought. Just how absurdly powerful these boys get! I didn't want some comfort. I just want some comfort," she lamented, cutting you off before you could even answer. You're pretty huggable," she said, gently stroking your back with her wings as she spoke. "I got a few more hours before I gotta be at work. Wanna come to the house and be my roll snuggler? For the night. I need a new wool snuggler." She seemed nice. It was tempting, but you were too afraid to go with her. You were irritated by Twilight Smuggler's scary power, let alone what this point was capable of. I'm sorry. You said, hoping you wouldn't take her off. But, brother, but I... Say no more. She slurred, putting it up to your mouth. I'm not proud of you. Don't wait proud of your friend. Because friends is magic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. With that, she rose into the air and vanished in a huge, blinding flash of white light. You just stare at the empty space where she had sat for what felt like an hour, and then returned to your drink. You didn't know who she was, but she must have one hell of a day job, and you hope it all worked out for her in the end. Chapter 2. The next morning. Hey, you! You look up from your work, the pony customer in front of you looking sloppy annoyed at you, redirected your attention to the pony guard staying just at the shop. You're sloppy annoyed that he chose to bug you on one of your busiest days of the week, but you respond anyways. What is it? A mix of curiosity and annoyance blends with your question. Ugh, the guard huffed. Professor Celestia wants a word with you. Your heart stops a little. You heard a lot about Princess Celestia since arriving in Equestria. She is basically the ruler of everything. Literally everything. You look back from the annoying customer to the guard. And get found. Kinda busy? Suddenly, your boss, Donut Joe, bursts from the kitchen and begins taking orders. You should go. He says that he frankly begins writing with dependencies. You just don't just ignore summons from the princess. A free day off of work and meet with the princess? To you, that person, this might be one of the greatest days in existence. But you just felt somewhat nervous. I don't know. You can tell Zonjo. I'm not taking no for an answer. The guard suddenly grasps you with his magic and drags you out of the store as you frill about, past a line of impatient and angry customers. A good 40 minutes pass, and you find yourself waiting outside the large ornate doors to the throne room. The guard had left you here and told you to wait while he went inside. You could have taken the opportunity to run, but you were somewhat afraid of the consequences since such an action would have on you. So, there you sit, twiddling your thumbs until the creak of the large doors open and you take a glance to the side as the white guardsman steps through. The princess will see you now, he states in a flat tone as he steps to the side. You gulped and slowly shuffled inside. That is, until the guard got so sick of your self-progression that he busy drew you inside and quickly shut the door behind you. Pah. Guard pricks. You line your face by Miller's shoot attention. You also weren't sure what to expect. You imagined someone who literally moved the sun to be a majestic and graceful figure with flames literally lit off her. Remind you of Daybreaker? Comment below if you think that that meeting means Daybreaker. What you saw at the throne in front of you instead was the exact same mayor you met at the bar last night. The exact same fucking mayor. Add that word because of reasons. Don't ask why. Several thoughts crossed your mind at once. The first being guilt. She's going to find out I lied to her about being my friend. About my friend. Being the most prominent. You follow the most customary and traditional greeting for the royalty first. Do a graceful bow. Or at least it would have been graceful had you not fallen flat on your face. You look up to see the princess with a hope to her mouth. awfully trying to stifle us to go. Are you right? She asked. Fine! You stay and close shoot back to your feet, and awkward silence fills the air for another few minutes. Until suddenly clears her throat. So, about last night. Oh God, this was it. Was there some law forbidding you from touching loyalty? Loyalty? You would need to hire the best lawyer in all the land to prove that she was the one through the wedding ring had first. It's unproven guilty, damn it! If you need a lawyer, call Phoenix Wright. He'll get out of there. For court. Her ears played backwards and she asked quietly, You didn't, tell anyone about that, did you? Wait. You're almost too stunned to respond, but you quickly stammered out, No. Good. The princess leaned back and gave a steep sigh. That was not one of my better days. I must apologize for that. It's fine. You answered then chuckled. Most of my thoughts were slums and on the lines of, I can't believe this big beautiful mare is talking to me. Anyways. Your eyes widen as you realize the words that left your mouth. Said the chuckle again. Oh, really now? Her eyelids drooped slightly, and she's looking at you with a lidded stare. Well, I appreciate what you did nonetheless. My mother got the better of me last night, and that does not happen often. She sighed. You sighed in relief. You weren't in immediate danger of imprisonment. So, at the very least, you could try talking. We all have those days every once in a while. You could smile. Mine was quickly shaping up to be one of those days, but it seems you're saving from that. Sophie smiled. Well, I'm happy to return that favor, as you did for me last night. Speaking of it, though, what do you need your friend with last night? You freezed up. How does Mary remember last night so well? She was super drunk! She echoes. Moving? You stammered out. Yeah, you had to move that night, so I had to get help with that. You shrugged. It's a time now, but someone's gotta help. A moment of silence passed. You didn't have to help your friend with anything last night, did you? Celestia asked. No, you answered truthfully. Instead of becoming angry or enraged, though, she calmly sipped from a cup of tea and seated on her throne. Well, you know that the penalty for lying to princess requires you 2 days in the dungeon. You gulped. Or the position of Royal Snuggler, which was happening to be open. Suddenly, you were yanked forward and embraced another wing hug. Guess which one you get? You began, but she hushed you with a huff. Shh, say no more. New Royal Snuggler, your assistant is near tonight in my chambers at approximately 9 p.m. Be there. You actually couldn't believe this was happening. You blinked a few times before finally getting a grip on your thoughts and nodded numbly. Great! She embraced you again, and at last you found yourself staying near the doors again. 9 p.m. Don't forget! She calls out to you. You nod before opening the door and stepping outside. You stood there for a few minutes before a small smile finds its way onto your face. She wasn't so bad after all. Well, that was the thing. And the next time you'll be hearing me is the story A Short Conversation. Well, I hope you had a wonderful day. Peace off.